I bought a 100-acre ranch to escape the noise. But by dawn, my peaceful sanctuary was overrun by a wild camping invasion, complete with folding chairs, air mattresses, and an HOA tyrant who thought she could turn my land into a community retreat. Little did Marjorie know, my bulls had a lesson to teach her, one she wouldn't soon forget. I stepped onto my porch at dawn expecting the serene hush of my Texas ranch, but instead I stumbled into a scene ripped from a low-budget festival. Tents dotted my hayfields, pickup trucks, crushed my irrigation lines, and kids roasted marshmallows with sticks snapped from my prized pecan tree. At the chaos's heart, wielding a rhinestone visor like a crown, stood Marjorie Hensley, HOA tyrant, orchestrating her invasion as if my land were her personal resort. The night before I checked the bulls, fed the chickens, and walked the property lines. Nothing hinted at this trespass, yet between midnight and sunrise, a plague of folding chairs, air mattresses, citronella candles, and 30 strangers had infested my alfalfa field like human weeds. A man in a tent clad only in socks clutched my garden hose like a snake screaming. When he saw my shotgun, I was as baffled as he was, but less naked. Marguerite strutted over, arms crossed, smug as a fox in a hen house. "Good you're up, Ethan. We figured you wouldn't mind. This land's uncultivated, right?" My jaw locked tighter than my bull gate. Duct tape streamers adorn my tractor. "This is my ranch, not community land. You're trespassing," she waved dismissively. "Technically, it's a gray zone. Last quarter, we discussed extending HOA jurisdiction to buffer areas. You skipped the meeting, so provisional approval?" I blinked. Approval for what she shouted. "HOA campers, say good morning to our host." Cheers erupted. A girl waved a marshmallow stick, and a teen gave finger guns, setting up beer pong on my hay bales. Bass thumped from a speaker plugged into my barn outlet. I recorded, voice steady. "Marjorie, get your people off my land." She smirked. "It's just the weekend. You've got 100 acres. You don't use this patch." A man with a glampard koozie tripped, cursing in French. Marjorie showed a photoshopped flyer, HOA spring retreat, outdoor healing via garden therapy. Quoting Thoreau over my pasture, I didn't yell. I walked to the barn, checking the bullpen. Big Red, my massive Hereford paste, agitated by noise and strangers. My bulls, Red Storm and Fong, were territorial, bred for strength. Not patience, an idea sparked not cruel, but righteous Marguerite's trespass. Her forged lease deserved a rancher's response. I checked trail cams, footage showed cars sneaking through a cutback gate. Criminal, not just civil. I texted my lawyer Clara with clips and planned, "I'm Ethan Ramsey, 52, a retired mechanic who bought this 100-acre ranch outside Austin for peace. My parents, a farmer and a cook, taught me to defend what's mine. This land with its fields and quiet was my sanctuary. No HOA, verified by my deed. I'd built coos, planted crops, and raised bulls, including Big Red, who once smashed a gate over a tossed apple. Pine Hollow's HOA, led by Marjorie, had hounded me fines for my rustic mailbox. Complaints about bull snorts, I ignored her, but she'd orchestrated this invasion, exploiting my absence. By 6 a.m., campers, stirred Cliff and Cheryl, Margurie's cronies, hauled a purple Porta Audi, a DJ with Dreamcatcher. Decals used my generator. Pancakes sizzled near hay yoga, unfolded by my corral. And a toddler clutched my hand like a toy Marjorie in a camp. HOA shirt and flamingo hated out schedules. I checked the bulls. Red Storm and Fong snorted, edgy from music and smoke. I adjusted their feeder to drop early, move salt blocks near the camp, and unlatched the eastern gate, not opening it yet. At mid-morning, Marjorie announced her daughter's surprise wedding weekend, claiming my field as community space. She stapled a forged lease to my fence, citing a closed-door HOA vote. Her daughter Emily and groom David looked stunned. The lease was fake. No owner consent, just Marjorie's signatures. I texted Clara photos of the lease tents and Porta Audi blocking my barn. "This will knock the glitter off her visor," she replied, but I delayed legal action, wanting a memorable lesson. Deputy Cole arrived summoned by a weary guest. I showed footage and damage. But Marguerite's red velvet cupcake and community synergy spiel swayed him. "Resolve it civilly," he said. Leaving with tea, I wasn't mad. No intervention meant my plan could unfold. That evening, as campers roasted marshmallows near dry grass, I watched from my porch, iced tea in hand. Marjorie waved oblivious. I adjusted the bullpen's rhythm, ensuring they'd be restless by dawn. At 5 a.m., fog cloaked the pasture. Karen's orders, flower placement. Ring bearer's bow tie pierced the quiet. The DJ's bass-heavy playlist vibrated at 7:30, rieing the bulls. Big Red tossed his head. Storm pawed the earth. I unlatched the gate, whistled low, and stepped back. Red shoved through Storm, and Fong followed, charging like a muscled avalanche. They skirted the brush, drawn by noise and salted paths. A teen girl screamed, dropping streamers as the bulls crested the ridge. Panic erupted. Campers dove into tents, hid behind cars, or sprinted. Marjorie, in a sequin, mother of the bride, robe dropped her mimosa, horror replacing confusion. Bulls tore through tents. Red toppled a buffet. Cupcakes exploded. Storm flipped a cooler. Fong shredded a dance mat, sparking the DJ's table. A porta potty tipped, sloshing Emily's cousin ringbearer, fled tossing jelly beans. Emily sat in dirt, dress ruined, holding a broken heel. I watched through binoculars. Coffee in hand, satisfied, the bulls slowed, curious, leaving muddy prints in chaos. No injuries, just humiliation. They trotted back content as I reset the gate with extra feed. Marjorie paced, yelling into her phone robe. Torn curlers, dangling trail cams captured it all. I edited a video opening with fog and bulls cutting to Red's charge. Screams in Porta Potty calamity titled HOA camps illegally on ranch bulls. Deliver wake-up call, uploaded it, hit 5,000 views in an hour. Trending by noon. At midday, a sleek SUV arrived. Leonard Pike, HOA lawyer, stepped out with Marjorie raging. He cited emotional distress and ceremonial trauma. I played the video, pausing on Marjorie's forged lease. Discuss this with a judge, or I send it to media. And the sheriff, Leonard, suggested a civil resolution. I demanded Marjorie's apology, admitting trespass and forgery. HOA payment for damages, fence crops, generator fuel, and affidavit, relinquishing HOA claims on my land, and Marjorie's permanent resignation. No negotiation, I said, handing screenshots. They left defeated. The video passed 2 million views, spawning memes, and Karen's regret, calf naming offers. Locals shook my hand. A diner waitress gave free pie, saying better than Netflix. Clara confirmed the lease violated codes. Emily swore Marjorie lied, and Cole's report admitted trespassing. At the HOA meeting, Marjorie's stiff apology, blaming miscommunication, was booed. My question, how does trespassing and forgery strengthen ties, sparked chaos. Unanimously, Marjorie was ousted. Dory, a sensible widow, took over, vowing to burn bad rules. A boy gave me a justice stampede, drawing of Red chasing Marjorie. Peace returned. I fixed the fence, reseeded scars, and upgraded to steel wire with a trespasser's meat horn sign. Dory's HOA finds hosting a regulation burning bonfire. My video fueled rancher rights talks. A magazine ran when bulls say no. Marjorie hit her daughter left. Her allies faded. A park sign, respect the land or it handles you. Honored Big Red one evening, Marjorie stared from the road. Big Red chewing nearby. She left, lesson learned. On my porch with Red's grunt and sunset's glow, I felt earned peace. My ranch, my bulls had spoken louder than any clipboard, proving nature's justice outlasts HOA arrogance.